Hello, everyone. Welcome to the THH SC2 tournament number 2. This is Hayden and Kevin casting a game for you between Mapkat, aka Renzal, as the blue Terran in the bottom, and we have the red Protoss Lunatics, also known as Lunatics, on the top. So another TVP, and we're on. This is Lost Temple, so the starting map. So it must have been. I don't remember. Do you remember, Kev, who won the first game?
Lunatics actually did take game one. He did some good things. He placed like a proxy pylon really early on that did not get scouted, and then he pretty much just took advantage of that with constant pressure and took it pretty early. Um, so that was it was a pretty good game. So I didn't know what to expect out of this game. But these two players are actually, as far as skill wise, they're pretty similar. I'd say they're really on the same level. I know Mapkat here has actually been doing a lot of 1v1, and he's been improving at a pretty decent pace. And but they're definitely matched up pretty well. So it should be a pretty good game as far as that goes.
Okay. So we're starting off here. I think Lunatics had a pretty early scout there, and now he's just starting off basic building, start of the game.
Yeah, pretty standard opening for Renzel here, and it looks like both of them are pretty standard.
What do you think about the following of the probe there? We've got in Mapcat space right now, Lunatics is running his probe in circles and obviously trying to do some scouting and use those shields to regenerate his little guy there. Would you say you would always put a guy on a worker when he comes into your base like that?
It's really hard to say. If Lunatics would have actually attacked the SCV that's creating the barracks, then yeah, you have to pull one. And I mean, I guess if you're afraid of cheese, then you can. But it's probably better to actually have the guy mining than it is to have them follow like that, because you're losing a lot of mining time, and nothing really happened. Now he's gonna follow him, and I guess he's actually should get some scouting info with this. Actually, he's gonna use that to scout. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's really a toss up. I'd say. For sure, if you're getting attacked with the probe, getting harassed, then you should. But if not, then probably not.
Okay, so we've got some Marines coming out, and looks like Orbital Command there on 15. Still hasn't made a choice on tech. Looks like he's got kind of banking up some minerals here. Lunatics is picking up his Cyber Core, picking up a few more pylons, double gassing. Mapcat's still on single gas.
Yep, and it looks like so Mapcat's gonna kind of. I assume he's gonna try to go bio ball. Usually, you're not gonna get that second barracks right away like that unless that's what you're going for. A lot of times you'll do like a three racks opening against a Protoss player, which is pretty strong. So that's probably what he's doing here, and looks like Lunatic's throwing that robotics facility down.
Oh, and his Zealot needed to be put on hold there, just hold the line. He kind of
Yeah.
went down, and now he's going, oh, geez, he's seen the rope in all the way into the base, and old slow leg Zealot's got to chase him around.
That was good play on Renzel's part there, kind of getting that up there, and he did luck out that it wasn't on hold, but he was able to scout that robo facility, so that obviously early on it's going to probably be an immortal, and then late you're definitely going to have the Colossus in the back of your mind, because it's so devastating against the bio balls, and you always have to be wary of that as a Terran player.
Yep, so it looks like Mapcat now switching to 3 racks, although it looks like his gas, he's only, on his left gas, he's only got the 1 worker on it right now.
Yeah, it's really I do that all the time. I mean, it's so it's so easy to forget about that, especially if you're macroing really hard, and it's just a mental blunder there that eventually he'll work that out. But
we've got Stim coming in, some Marauders, some Marines.
And there's that robotics bay. So he's going to pump out an immortal. Lunatics is going to pump out an immortal, and then probably go straight to Colossus. And the good thing is that Mapcat's got a kind of a small timing push opening here. He should once Stim's finished, you should have a decent enough force to be able to push on the Protoss player before they get that first Colossus out. And even if you do get it to where they have it out, you can usually Stim, and Marauders will take that Colossus out pretty quickly. But you just can't let them get that mass, like critical mass.
Yeah, exactly. So Luna doing good here. Got his observer down. He needs to bring it over into base, and then Mapkat pulling up his engineering bay and his first factory.
Yeah, and it looks like Mapkat's just got this SCV kind of sitting over in the over in the right, the left-hand side there, just kind of chilling. That might be better placed at that second Zelnaga tower. I think always having control of those, especially on Lost Temple, would be really, really beneficial, I think, to almost anyone.
So it looks like Luna, if he was on his observer here, he's seeing exactly what he wants to see. Some Marines, some Marauders, not too many, but enough that a Colossus could really pick him off.
Yeah, and I like that Mapkat's going to throw down that starport. That's good reaction to the fact that he saw that early robotics facility. So he knew that you're going to have to deal with the Colossus at some point. So that's good play for sure.
One more Marauder that wants to come join the party, so he's going to head out also.
Right.
Starport finishing, and Colossus is on the field. Some sentries, stalkers, immortals. I think here what we need is, like, Lunatics is really committed to this Colossus, and so it's eating up a lot of his minerals. He's supply blocked right now, and I'd say worker count, he needs to start picking up some more workers also. He's at 22. You probably want to be getting up to 30 at this point at least. He's got the warp gate tech coming through. It looks like he just finished +1 weapons. Yes, he did. So
yeah, if you're going to tech like this, expanding and then kind of holding off, especially on this map, holding off that, the space down here probably would have been the way to go, because you'd be able to pump out so many more Colossus and actual support units if you had that second base.
He doesn't have the upgrade for the Colossus yet, the extended thermal lance. So the Colossus range right now is sitting at 6, which is not the greatest compared to 9.
Looks like he just started it, so usually you want to get that up as soon as possible, because they're so brutal with that range upgrade.
Yeah, and so it looks like both players just kind of massing up some armies here. Don't see anything coming out of the starport yet, but we do have a tank, though no siege tech yet. But just in terms of army numbers, it looks like, and our minerals spent on army, it looks like Lunatics at 51 supply of army, and then Mapkat at 74 supply of army.
Yeah, yep. And Mapkat's got a pretty strong force here. It's since he's outnumbering just by the core units. If he were to push now, he would certainly be able to do significant damage.
And he's sneaking in there with an expansion, not his natural, so off to the side.
Yeah,
always
that's pretty
good.
tricky. Yeah, that's on this map. That's really good. Really good.
I would have said though, as Terran, I would have actually gone to one of the island bases in the diagonally opposite corners.
Yeah, that's even better for sure, because you can just float over there, and most players, until you get in like really high levels, don't even think about scouting those areas. And it looks like Mapkat loaded up one Marauder into the medevac. I don't know if that was just a misclick or or if he's going to try to do a drop.
All right, looks like both armies getting ready to roll out here.
Yep, should be a pretty epic battle, I think.
I think it'll all depend on the stim with those Colossus, if they get those Colossus down.
Yeah, that's gonna be key.
He does have a tank in there. Also, that tank is gonna rip those stalkers up and rip those Colossus up also.
Yeah, no siege yet though, and it doesn't look like it is in production, so that's good. But so he might want to wait for siege to finish before he attacks.